Good morning, everybody. Welcome back through installment of Scott Selections here for Tuesday, January 9th. For again, today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in hockey with the over 6 in the Bruins and Avalanche game at minus 115 on BetMGM. Really never in doubt. It was 3-3 with about 10 minutes to go in the third period. So he automatically won, and the game went to a shootout as the Avalanche won 4-3. So nice winner. Look for the winner here on Tuesday. And for today's play of the day, going to switch to college basketball. Look at a matchup between BYU and Baylor taking place at around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, we're going to go with Baylor minus 2.5 at home and minus 110 on BetMGM. Time recording of 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take Baylor in this game. First reason, Baylor's been really good at home this season, as Baylor's won each of its first 8 home games while being 6-1 ATS out of those games. One of those games did not have a spread. But the point is, Baylor has also a little bit of extra motivation for this game, since it will be Baylor's first conference home game of the season. They do expect the crowd in Waco to be pretty jam-packed, which should result in a pretty solid home atmosphere. Now, BYU, on the other hand, has really not played in many road games this season, as BYU has only played one true road game, and they lost. They played Utah on the road back on December 9th, and they lost the game by 4. So once again, BYU has been good this season. They're ranked for a reason, but I do have to at least point out that they haven't exactly played many games in hostile environments, and that could be an issue traveling to Texas for this game. But BYU is also not exactly in the best of form because they lost their last game, which just so happened to be their first ever Big 12 game, as they ended up switching conferences during the offseason, and they played Cincinnati at home and lost over the weekend by 11 points. So the point is, BYU, even though they have been playing some good basketball this season, might not be in great form recently, and I do think that their loss to Cincinnati might be correlated to my next point, the strength of schedule, because BYU has really not played anybody so far this season. To go through the actual rankings here, BYU ranks 287th in strength of schedule, according to KenPom, and their best win is arguably against San Diego State. They really have not challenged themselves that much this season. So to go through Baylor's strength of schedule, though, they've played a lot of good teams. They played Auburn and Duke on neutral courts, and Baylor does rank 94th in the nation in strength of schedule. So once again, Baylor's numbers offensively and defensively might be close to BYU's, but I have to at least add the qualifier, which is BYU playing tougher competition, which makes me believe that this line is too short and that BYU might be extremely overrated. But to go through another factor here, I want to mention that Baylor does actually perform well offensively, better than BYU, as Baylor ranks 4th in offensive efficiency, according to KenPom, while BYU ranks 19th. So once again, Baylor is 15 spots better offensively, and they've played a significantly tougher schedule, so I think Baylor should be able to do well offensively in this home game, while BYU might struggle. And BYU is very, very reliant stylistically on the three-point ball, as BYU scores 43.7% of its points from the three-point line, which is the second most in the league. Baylor, though, very good at defending the three, as Baylor ranks 38th in three-point defense, and it's even better at home. So once again, I think Baylor, even though this team has been, I'd say, inconsistent against top-tier competition, at least they've challenged themselves in neutral courts, and I do think that experience will definitely benefit against good competition at home here in this conference game. But you have BYU, who's really not played many road games, traveling to its toughest environment of the season. I don't expect it to go well. They're off a loss as well. I think BYU's early season success was based on a relatively light schedule, and they might come crashing back down to earth here in the conference schedule. But with Baylor being good at defending the three-point line, and with BYU being so reliant on the three-point line, I do think Baylor's defense will control the game en route to a nice home win. Split it once again here for Tuesday, January 9th. It's going to be on Baylor, minus 2.5 at home and minus 110 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.